How's everybody doing today? Talking about the channel and what you can expect going forward. Hopefully I'm live on the other places. Seems that way. But I'm going to have to change some stuff about all that. Let's just give everyone time to settle in real quick. Let's see here. So one thing I wanted to talk about was challenge runs. We're going to start doing some challenge runs here pretty soon. We got a bunch of, well, I have a bunch of ideas of what I'd like to do, I should say. And one of those ideas, we're going to start in November. November 7th to be exact. Let's do that. Let's get rid of that. So as we know, in November, it is N7 day. So on N7 day, we're going to be, there we go, just chatting over there, done. We're going to be doing a challenge run in Mass Effect 1. Now, no one has done this challenge run before, so it's going to be kind of interesting. I am going to be playing on Insanity, but when do I not do that? But beyond that, there is a challenge behind it. Hence the Mass Effect music, but we're going to be doing some stuff. Also, feel free to ask me questions if you want. I would be happy to answer them. But basically, everything's on my desk right now. One of the things with this challenge run is that we're going to be playing on Insanity, which is easy if I'm actually doing any fighting. That's right. It's going to be a squad-only playthrough. So, the squad's got to do all the work. I can't do any killing. There are some moments where it is scripted where I actually have to shoot. So it's a pacifist run. However, there are certain moments like on Pharos where I have to shoot the tendrils from the Thorian. In Mass Effect 2, the opening sequence, you are alone, and I can't run past some of the robots in there. It's not until we get Jacob that run will actually start, so that's not very far in, but I will have to kill some robots. In Mass Effect 3, that we have to shoot Dr. Ivakora and Kore. It's Eva Core. But we have to shoot her. We have to shoot 3 husks and marauder shields at the end. So there's all that. As long as we get enough stuff when it comes to our Renegade or Paragon. We won't have to shoot the Elusive Man either. But not all of those are going to be, played at the same time. So we're going to go through Mass Effect 1 starting November 7th. And we're going to be doing a challenge run, squad only, Insanity. I'm going to be yelling at my squad a lot. I'm sure of it. But I already have the save set up, so we're ready for it. And yeah, we're going to be doing that, and that's starting November 7th, N7 Day, with all the other N7 Day festivities that are going around. Be sure to join me on my birthday, which is N7 Day, for the start of that Mass Effect challenge run. Secondly, another challenge run I'm going to be doing is the Skyrim survival mode permadeath run. So that should be fun. I was going to do that in December. Yes, I know. Some of you are clamoring for the platinum run of Dark Souls 3. If we can get through Mass Effect 1 fairly quickly, I want to get Dark Souls 3's platinum run slotted in between that and the Skyrim run. Then we're going to be headed back to Elden Ring, and we're going to do a pacifist run there. I think that's going to be some fun. So I'm sure you guys are going to be like, ooh, yes, can't wait. Going to be eating good on this channel. So those are just some of the ones that I've thought of so far. So Mass Effect Trilogy, pacifist run, Elden Ring pacifist run, the platinum run for Dark Souls 3, and the permadeath survival run for Skyrim. So that's what I have planned so far anyway. Then I want to talk about the blind playthroughs. Yes, we're still going to have blind playthroughs, but I'm going to limit it to one game at a time. So, going to continue with Black Myth Wukong. Then after that, we're going to be getting back into Cyberpunk 2077 because you guys have been asking for that. So I'm working on that. And in order to do these things, I need to cut back on the streams. So I'm thinking live stream Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then I'll be able to focus on getting videos out throughout the week. So the Wednesday and Thursday live streams will cease here in just a little bit. Like, don't get me wrong, I like live streaming on those days, but I want to make sure that other people can get in on those live streams. And then when we're talking about the weekend live streams, we're going to be going earlier and going a little bit longer, so more people can join in. So that's pretty much what's going on. That will probably also allow me to actually work on the Mass Effect channel, though I don't know if that's going to be helpful at this point, considering recent events with the buyout of EA and who's kind of in charge of that money. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll definitely see what happens on N7 Day, what they've are willing to share with us, because we got screwed last year. Last year we got Mass Effect armor in Dragon Age the Veilguard. Fun stuff. I will have a review of that game coming up. It's just really hard to do all that, and I should have been starting that a while back, but hey, when it takes you about a year to beat a bad game, that should be an indication not to play it. But if you want my insight on it, then you're just going to have to wait. I wanted to get it out on Halloween, but it does not look like that's going to be the case because I have to comb through all of the footage that I have in order to create a comprehensive video. Zero, what's going on? In general, everything I think is going fairly well. Yeah, I'm just a little tired. Work is work, as we know, and it's kind of, yeah, it's hard sometimes to have the energy to come in here and go live, during the week. Weekends are different, but during the week it can be a bit tiresome. It depends on how the day goes. Being a delivery driver, I deal with a bunch of shitty, stupid drivers all day long. And that can get very stressful because I'm literally out there trying to make sure I don't die and deliver food. So, but how are you, Zero? Hopefully everything's going well. Yeah, in general, things are going good, and Andromeda is hanging out on the patio right now, like she loves to do. She has her 3 places that she likes to hang out in, right next to the door, behind me on the couch, or out on the patio, screaming at children. I plan to stream during the holidays because I have fun with that. I'm kind of here alone anyway, so I figured that. And I know that the last few times that I've been live on like Christmas Day or whatever, there's like not a lot of people that show up because they're dealing with family and all that, but I'm just here hanging out. I'm sorry to hear that, Zero. But yeah, I'm going to be taking a break from Wednesday and Thursday live streams. Probably starting in November. Andromeda's staring at me. And then that, because with doing all these live streams all the time, it really makes it difficult for me to record gameplay of a blind playthrough, like a Black Myth Wukong, like a Cyberpunk. Not Friday because I'm at work till 7:30, and I'm there for like 9-10 hours. So it's gonna be like Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I'm going to keep my same schedule I have at work because I don't like doing 4 10s in a row. I mean, it was nice for a while, but like I'm about to be 40. I know. Old man here. And then, we have I have stuff planned. There will be a Friday stream. It's just going to be on November 7th. It's going to be a long one. I took that day off from work so I can celebrate N7 Day and play Mass Effect 1 and not shoot anybody on Insanity. Thank you, Zero. Hopefully you're there on N7 Day, helping me celebrate the big 4-0. When I scream at my squad mates. Well, that's going to be a fun challenge. But yeah, I don't know how long you've been here, Zero, but I wanted to say, repeat again, challenge runs are going to be live streamed. Mass Effect pacifist runs, we're starting with Mass Effect 1, obviously, and then we'll have some time before the second one and the third one. Don't worry, Dark Souls 3's Platinum run, I consider that to be a challenge. It's challenging to get a Platinum trophy, so. Skyrim, and we have the survival slash, survival and permadeath run. They're combined. So we're playing on survival, and if they don't have a permadeath mode, then I'm just going to implement that. And if I die, then we restart. Elden Ring pacifist run. It's going to be after that. And then I think after Elden Ring. Stop. Hey. You know what? She should be on camera for this. Boy. You want a treat? I got a burger for you. I already got all the trophies for Skyrim, so. Andromeda, they can only see your ears and that white stripe. Up here. Good girl. Have a burger. Yeah, she desperately needs a brush, but she absolutely hates it. She hates the brush. Oh, come on. There we go, door. How you doing? How you doing? You're on camera. You're on camera. You don't want to be up there. You want to be down here, don't you? Do what you want. What are you doing? Nothing. Good girl. Andromeda is an Australian cattle dog and husky mix, hybrid, if you will. She turned 10 this year. You're 10. All right, bye. Yeah, I mean, most of the time I have that that box right here showing the game. So, it's good to have her there. Damn. And that's the risk that we run with having these companions of ours. Because we as humans have a longer lifespan. But just being with her is awesome. We've been together for 10 years, 10 plus years. I got her at the end of August of 2015. And she was born in June of 2015. And I had a choice that I was trying to make with what I should call her. So it was either going to be Nova or Andromeda. And in hindsight, because I didn't know how many times I would have to yell the name Andromeda, it should have been Nova. But it wasn't going to be Nebula. And you're back. And you're back. Is that your place? It's one of them. Oh yeah, Digimon. Yeah, I played, what was that game back on the PS1? Was that like called Digimon World? Still have it. I just can't really get to it at this point, but it was an interesting game. Like, they were already innovating past what Pokemon has been doing back then by being 3D. But yeah, I mean, Pokemon, oh my god. What has been happening? Not that I was going to get Pokemon Legends ZA, but after seeing what they did to Starmie for its Mega Evolution, I have given up on Pokemon. You could have done so many different things that would have been really cool. And I don't know what the fuck that was. Starmie in the trading card game, at least I have this deck for it, really strong deck. So I really like Starmie. It's like Staryu and Starmie are like the only two Pokemon, at least in the cartoons from what I've seen. Now, I stopped watching after a while, but from what I've seen, those two are the only ones who don't say their name. Staryu goes, ha! And Starmie goes, ah! Or whatever. They are insulting Misty, you're right. Absolutely right. But yeah, I'm excited for the new chapter going forward with the channel. Have a little bit of diversity, have a little bit of challenge, still have the blind playthroughs. It should free up a little bit of time so that I can work on things that I have either wanted to work on or things that I need to finish. Like the Mass Effect Revelation book that I only got to chapter 18. I have 4 more chapters left. But I want to read the rest of the books, do voices for them. I got the comics back there. I want to read those, showcase the comic, read, do the voices. That's one of my favorite things to do when I'm reading. If you've been here for a while, you know that. The roast video of Dragon Age the Veilguard, Drunken Rage the Failhard. Look, 63 hours. That's the playthrough. And I have to find chunks of that so that I can put it all together. Because I'm not putting out the full playthrough. I did 20 hours on the live streams. And then another 43 after that. So the reason why I went through all of the game instead of give up on it, like I should have, was because I heard that the Mass Effect team had to come in to finish the game out for them, to do the final act, the ending. And from what I heard, people said it was the best ending they had ever done. Let me go do 4 push-ups and say I did 10, right? Pulling a barf. Well, that was way late in the game, too. But it's like that's not really my concern with that game. Because Tasha's stuff when it came to finding out what her gender is and all that, finding who she is. I'm going to misgender her while talking about her. That really was only maybe 5 minutes of the entire game. Like, that's it. So people made the excuse that, that was one of the reasons that they hated playing the game. It's like, well, that was only 5 minutes. You still had to play another 60 hours of the entire fucking game, and that was also bad. Yeah, bastardize, or in one case with Varric, right? Like, that was kind of insulting, because it's like, you didn't do a good enough job saying that he didn't die when he did. There's no way you're going to survive that. But I had called it too. Every time he came up in a cutscene, he was talking. No one acknowledged his existence or anything like that. I'm like, I know he's dead. The character doesn't know that. But when we're talking about overall, the game flowed nicely, and by the flow of the game I meant there were no hiccups. There was nothing wrong with the game when it came out. It was damn near flawless. And you don't get that nowadays with AAA games. There's always some types of bugs or anything like that. It was so polished that it just worked. Right, Todd? It just works. It's, for the most part, all it did. But it just works. And I said this before. Emmerich is a good character. Davrin's a good character because he's got a son. Not Hassan, but a son. I saw the adolescent Griffin. I liked that character. Probably my favorite part of Davrin. So working with those two characters was nice. Lucanus, he grew on me in the end, but that's probably because I let Treviso burn or get blighted or whatever. He didn't really like me for a long time. I'm like, I thought I was sending, part of my good team over to Treviso to help. Or do you need me to kill both dragons? I sent you with the dragon hunter. And you still lost. I think I also sent them with Davrin. So, I believe it was Nev and me and Emmerich. And then everybody else went over there. Overall, I'm going to have to agree with Angry Joe, 3 out of 10. For a completely polished game right out the gate, that's unheard of. Most of the time he gives that score to games that are completely broken and, and all that, but he's a Dragon Age fan too, or was. But playing that game broke him. Did I ever tell you that you actually are fighting the 2 elven gods, Elgernon and Gillenane? Have you heard those names before? It's literally all the time. I'm just like, wow, this is astonishing how many times they have to say the ancient elven gods and then name them. It's like, you could just say those gods are adversaries. We don't need to know their names. Has it been an hour already? Damn, I need to have this looping. Why did it cut off? Play again. Play again. Yeah, this song, I love this song. Yeah, I mean, it is good to know that they know who the bad guys are. I also know who they are. But most of the time when they're talking about Elgernon and Gillenane, they end it as a question. So they're working with, the Ontom are working with the ancient elven gods, Elgernon and Gillenane? I mean, they want absolute power, sure. But is that even a question? Of course they are. Everything revolves around them, and they're literally the worst antagonists that BioWare has created. Even the Archon and the Ket are better than that. Because, you know, sometimes in Mass Effect Andromeda, the Archon doesn't speak. He just walks up to something. Mass Effect playthrough when? Coming up November 7th. Obi Joe, welcome. How you doing? Well, don't want you to waste your money on that Zero. I don't want you to waste your money on DAV. DAV. But I want to see what DAD was. Dad. Dragon Age Dreadwolf. Before it was scrapped. That is one thing about the ending. The ending was actually fairly good. Now, I wouldn't call it their best effort. But in that being the Mass Effect team, I do have some hope for Mass Effect 5. Because that was actually pretty good. They took what they had, took what they had to work with, and actually did something with it. We got to see the Dreadwolf itself. That was actually pretty cool. It was like, are we going to see the Dreadwolf? Are we? Yeah, Obi Joe, I also have an actual play. Well, do I have the full playlist of the entire Mass Effect playthrough that I did here on the channel? I don't know, it's very long. But we're doing another one starting N7 Day. It's my pacifist run. It's gonna be fun. You're gonna be here. You're gonna be watching me scream at the squad mates. So, N7 Day is a Friday. It's the week after Halloween. I typically work Friday, but I'm taking that day off. We're gonna be starting early as I can when I wake up. And we're going to be going for a very long time that day. It is also my birthday. But my parents will be in town and they want to celebrate the birthday too. So I don't think I'm going to do the 24-hour live stream. But I am going to go for a while that day. And if we don't finish it then, which I don't assume that I will be, because Insanity Pacifist Run is going to be hard enough to get through certain areas, but we'll be continuing that until the first game's done, and then we're going to be going into, if it gets done before December, then we're going to do the Dark Souls 3 Platinum Run, and then we're going to do Skyrim Survival Permadeath Run in December, and then we're going to be doing a Elden Ring Pacifist Run after that. And then the Demon Souls Platinum. Yeah, that's what the live streams are going to be looking like. We're bringing back the blind playthroughs. Hopefully, if I don't get pissed off when it comes to Black Myth Wukong, I'm going to try to respec, which I know I can just do right out the gate. I'm going to respec and see if I can't beat that noble dude, and then move on from there. But if not, I may put that one on the back burner until we complete Cyberpunk, because Cyberpunk will be coming back. The people have voted, and because I quit that game right before Phantom Liberty came out, and they actually fixed the game, so we'll be continuing that. But yeah, that was the last episode, was me quitting out, saying fuck this game, essentially. You pacifist it by having a pocket full of summons. And then you run through the areas that you can't. Now that's going to be a new game. It's not going to be with my main character, because I think that's just, it's not going to be that much of a challenge if my character can just take hits all the time and have the summons, which most of them I have at like level 10, do all the work. But yeah, it's going to be like Elden Ring meets Pokemon, right? So by the end there, I'm going to have like 6 summons that are full level and all that. And they're going to be doing all the work. I'm going to be doing what I can to heal them, buff them, and all that. That's the plan. 99 vigor, 99 faith, 99 mind. That's pretty much all we need. Because we won't be fighting anything. But yeah, I need Golden Vow and all that. 99 Luft Red 99 Rot Luftballons. Oh yeah, and that's why I said that there's going to be like 6 different summons, because I feel like certain summons are going to be more useful, especially with the end boss, than others. You know, certain bosses are going to need a certain touch. Luftballons, I want to say. That's how you spell the German version. Yeah, 99 problems in a summon ain't one. Hey, that might be even the title of it, of the playthrough. At least the first live stream. That's a good idea, Obi Joe. That's a good idea. Still trying to figure out what I want to do for my thumbnail and title of the first Mass Effect pacifist run. I'm not really good at thumbnails, so if I was, I'd probably have a lot more subscribers. All right, well, I'll see you here in just a minute, Zero. Yeah, so because you got here a little late, Obi Joe, we're talking about, you know, all that stuff. But you kind of got the gist of it. I'm gonna take 2 live streams out of the equation, and that's gonna be Wednesday, Thursdays. And that way I can work on the video content as well as do the live streams and get everything set up, because sometimes I'm setting up this live stream like 20 minutes before I go live, so I don't think that's a good idea. So it gives me time to actually make a thumbnail, you know, and get everything set up so that it can be discovered and all that. Though it has been fun, honestly. But I mean, getting off work and then stressing about going live, I mean, until this starts to become viable and all that, and I can start taking or working less, then that's how it's going to have to be. But at least I can put out videos and satiate people who would want to do that, and then that'll also give me more time to do my short content and put that out on TikTok and here on YouTube, or even Twitter if I'm so daring to even start that over there. But yeah, and I don't know about this Kick bullshit. I might be going over to Rumble to try over there, but Kick has been a bust so far, but I don't know. So your cat needs the food bowl shook? I understand the heater. Well, we're trying, OBJ, we're trying. For me, I just feel like it's consistency. And as I continue to do this, I gotta keep working on, you know, like my presence on camera and all that. So it's been a long road, but I'm even surprised that I have over 300 subscribers. That's neat. Ah. So your cat's a princess then, and wants the food away from the sides of the bowl. Did you say I could just put it on the floor for you? But yeah, so I mean, Black Myth Wukong is not a bad game, but I feel like that I leveled up the wrong way so far. I think I should stay with the essentials that I need first, and then we can start to branch out when I get a little bit more powerful. Ooh, catnip. Cats do love that shit. They go nuts for it. I've seen it personally. I had a friend, he had 6 cats, and they all got high on catnip, and it was the wildest thing I've ever seen. It's like, man, this is like a drug den. But, yeah. But we'll be continuing on with the save. So we're at that gas station in Cyberpunk. So it should be fine then. And maybe I won't be as pissed off this time around. You know, having to walk through the desert because my bike got bugged out on something. You know, because I had to keep walking back to that area. I didn't have a vehicle because it bugged out. Pinocchio, Liza P. I have not played it. That is on the list because we're pretty much done with all the From Software Soulsborns. I don't know if I would put Sekiro in that list, and we will get to Sekiro eventually, but yeah, when it comes to the Soulsborne genre, I want to say that, yeah, Pinocchio's on that list, Neo is on that list, another Crab's Treasure. Don't know if I should play Mortal Shell. I did get the, what was it, version 2.0, Lords of the Fallen, which I heard good things about. Code Vein. What else is on that list? There's a lot, honestly. I have so many. And I have Elden Ring to thank. If it wasn't for Elden Ring, I wouldn't know that I loved this genre. Spearmint gum wrappers. That must be as bad as drugs. Like, give me the wrapper. Give me the wrapper. What else is on that list? So I have like all these games. I buy them on sale. In Liza P's place, I bought it and then PlayStation Plus gave it to us, so that happens all the time to me. If I would have just waited 2 weeks, we would have gotten it. And so I swear, Sony does this. They do a big sale of games, and games that sell relatively well, that aren't like their games or whatever, that they'll put it on PlayStation Plus the next month. I think that's how they gauge what they should be putting on there. Yeah, but then the game, but then it will be out. And what if it's not the game that you were looking at? And they don't make it a PlayStation Plus game. And then at that point, the sale's gone and you have to pay full price. It's annoying. But at the same time, I was like, whatever. Like no, they didn't give us this game for free, but I did buy Black Myth Wukong because I was sick and tired of waiting for a sale. It had been a year and it never went on sale. Not even like 10% off. I buy it, it's like 40% off like 2 weeks later. Like, damn it. But oh well. So I don't buy too many games because I have that backlog. And because that backlog is so vast and so grand, which we have been knocking some of them out during Spooktober. But, some of them I think are all right. I liked Little Nightmares. Hollow Knight is on that list, yes. I do have it, so. I also hear really good things about that. But I can't even remember when Hollow Knight was free. And when we're talking about like 2D, side-scrolling, Souls-like games, we gotta talk about Blasphemous. I also got that game. So yeah, we're gonna be eating good here on the channel. Hermione's bag. Hermione's a transphobe. No, I'm kidding. That's funny though. Some people are completely against that because of what the author said. And it's like, but you already read it, and you already gave them your money. So now you're not going to do anything about that? Emma Watson. Well, she's against Harry Potter now. A movie that literally jump-started her career. From being a child to a world-known star. Crazy. But yeah, Rowling only said that like within the last 5 years, right? Me too, I played it all the way through, platinumed it here on the channel. It was a long playthrough. And that was a crazy time for the channel too, because it had so much engagement. So many people watched it. That was my first, the first episode of Hogwarts Legacy was the first one to, no, it wasn't the first one to bust 1,000, but it was definitely the first to bust 2,000 and 3,000 and 4,000 and 5,000 views. It's actually on its way to 6,000 now. It's just, and that fan base was so rabid. And it was weird because I would ask them, because I had this following all of a sudden, and Hogwarts was nearing its end, what I should play next. And they were like, Hogwarts Legacy. I'm like, but we just platinumed the game. There's nothing else to do. And so then they all left in droves, but I think I got 150 subscribers from them, and most of them have gone at this point. Right, I saw that they were attacking people for Hogwarts Legacy 2. I may try it out, but I didn't like what that did to my channel, honestly. It's kind of, though I really don't care if people bounce off, they bounce off. But at the time, I was thinking that was the rise of Widow Nebula. But its fall was becoming the dip. And that's when most people quit YouTube. YouTube sent me something and they said, congratulations, 10,000 hours watched. You are in the top 5% of YouTube channels. 95% of them quit at that point. I'm like, well, I don't plan on quitting, even though this has been a really slow burn. But it's good to know that I'm better than a lot of them. It's not easy being on here. It's not easy. Sometimes it can be nerve-wracking. Sometimes, you just feel like, oh, well, that should have done better. No, just put it out. I always said this in the very beginning. The stuff that I do is, for the most part, just kind of evergreen content. So, fans of the game will find me eventually. And then they'll watch. And then they'll be happy. My playthrough of Hogwarts Legacy, was that when you first started following me, Zero? Was that through Hogwarts? Because you've been here a while. That's what I thought. I thought I remembered seeing you in the comments over there. Yeah, that was a crazy time. Oh, really? There's a lot of people bitching about the game. See, I don't know. That's my thing when it came to, when it comes to playing games, it's and I'm looking for someone playing it blind. I'm not actually looking for Hogwarts Legacy. I'm looking for the Dark Souls, the Elden Rings, the Bloodborns, the Mass Effects. Hey, and I thought of this as a cool idea. What if I reacted to people playing Mass Effect for the first time? Just have their playthrough going, and then I'm because a lot of the time when I'm watching, I'm screaming at the screen or, agreeing with them. But I can also break it down and talk with you, the audience, who would be watching that kind of content. Why I feel like they're going through what they're going through or whatever. Right. And it would have to be done tactfully. It would be it wouldn't be their full playthrough, but I would take like an episode, and chop it all the way up. I mean, who knows? I mean, all they can do is like claim it. They can't take me to like court for copyright because it's Mass Effect. It's BioWare's property, not their property. As we're listening to their song right now, and every time that I do this, when I'm doing the reading and all that, it's like I haven't gotten copyright claims at all. But yet I'll be walking down, going to Ash Lake in Dark Souls 1, break a few branches and stomp on the log, and YouTube twice now has thought that I am using a song from 2 different Steven Seagal movies. Like, what the fuck? One was Above the Law, where, let's bring it up. Above the Law, where are you? And new tab, please. I've also done so many live streams since then. It's like, when was I last in Ash Lake? I guess it'd be under restrictions. DS1, where are you? But the last time I got that removed, I was like, bro, I was not even like playing any music. That's this. And they're like, oh yeah, sorry. What? Chef's Life got a copyright claim. Maybe they removed it. Seems to be removed. Well, good. Because that was stupid. Maybe the copyright owner went through and was like, what? He's playing my song during this? And then I was like, oh wait. No, he's not. Sorry, little guy. It depends on the classical music that you use. Mozart is copyright claimable. You have to use stuff that's in public domain. Which Mozart is not public domain. So it all depends. I think Beethoven, you can use Beethoven, but it's just the fact that they have re-upped that copyright every time that it's up for expiration. The family could be doing it. So that's probably what's going on with Mozart. It's like, why use Mozart? Use Brahms. Come on, someone a little bit less known by today's audience. That's what I say. Let's see here. As always, no one's here on Kick. As always, no one's here on Kick. As always, no one's here on Kick. Oh my god. As always, no one's here on Oh my god. Oh my god. I said that and then Kick's just like, hey. Dorminable? Is that your name? It's hard to read it. What's your name? How's it going? Come over here so I can see you. Dormindalol? Absolutely. This is Ask Me Anything, an AMA after all. Go ahead. Dormy, what's up? What's going on? Zero, I agree that if a song is over 100 years, god damn it, I didn't put this. I thought, well, that's why it's at 30 minutes. Repeat, please. If it's over 100 years old, it should be in public domain. I think that for sure. That is a good question. That really is a good question. And if you're asking my opinion, oh, we got jokes now. But if you need a doctor's opinion, you're going to have to ask one. So, I don't really know. Well, thanks for the question. Good to have you here. Why don't you give me a follow while you're at it? Well, yeah, I mean, we got all that stuff going on. I was more worried that Twitch and Kick wasn't going to be working today because I last night updated my my OBS and it said that the multi-stream was outdated. So it was kind of weird, you know. It said I wasn't going to be able to multi-stream, but luckily I'm here today and I was able to multi-stream, so that's good. Because it kept telling me that I'm not able to multi-stream. Crazy. I didn't expect this to work, honestly. But again, it was mostly just a channel update, stream update, moving forward what we plan to do, because I think that those what do you call it? The challenge runs are going to be really cool. Bruh. I mean, we're talking about my channel here. We're not talking about this topic. But while we're here, Dormy, is it? I don't even think that you're gonna get a chance to even know what an abortion is. Alex, what's up? How you doing? Welcome. Late to the party as usual. So you're probably here being like, what's this channel update? Because you're late, I have to repeat myself again. Channel update is November 7th. We're starting the Mass Effect challenge run on Insanity. We are playing through Mass Effect 1 and we aren't killing anyone. It's a pacifist run. So, and that's on N7 day, aka my birthday. Be there. I'm going to be starting early that day because I took the day off to do that. And then we're going to do that until the game's over, not necessarily on that same day, but we're going to move to other days and do that until the game is complete. Then, and if it's still November at this point, because I have something planned for December, we're going to be doing the Dark Souls 3 Platinum run. Then in December, we're going to be doing the Skyrim survival permadeath run. Then after that, we're going to do the Elden Ring pacifist run. And then the Demon Souls platinum run. And those are for the live streams. And then we're bringing back the blind playthroughs, even though Demon Souls was a blind playthrough, but as a live stream, I wanted to see how that would go. We're going to go back to Black Myth Wukong. I feel like I can do something there to make my time a little bit easier against the White Noble, which is where I stopped last time. And if I'm still bouncing off of it, then we're going to be jumping back into Cyberpunk, where we left off there when I did my famous I quit this game part. So we're going to be doing one blind playthrough at a time. I'm not going to be overwhelmed by that. We're going to be like holding back on doing too many live streams so that I can actually make content like that and actually do thumbnails properly and do titles properly so that we can get seen, if you will. But yeah, we're going to be doing all kinds of things. So, and then of course the other games will be viewed. The other games will be played blind, but not as live streams. If we plan to do any platinums for any of those games, we will be doing those live. So, like another Crab's Treasure, Lies of P, Neo, Lords of the Fallen, you know, the list goes on and on, obviously. Hollow Knight. Those are the plans going forward for a while anyway. So I think it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to these challenge runs. I think that they're going to be interesting. And we're going to be doing all of those live. So yeah. That's kind of the plan. Just open up so that I can also kind of be a human being and go have, you know, friendships and all that and go be social, I guess. So that's the plan right now. I'm thinking I need to ban Kick and try Rumble out. That's for sure. Zero, was my joke funny? I think my joke was funny. You know, I am. I never said that I wasn't human. Y'all assumed that I am thinking that you guys are a different species than me. I'm just addressing you. All of you, as humans. I don't know what you identify as, and as long as I'm not pissing you off by saying guys, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're fine. I mean, you're human, right? LB Joe, are you human? Zero, you human? Dormy, dare I ask, are you human? I don't think he's here anymore. I don't think he liked my joke. But, yeah. Oh, damn it. At least that is the case for YouTube's side. Zero. You are a figment of my imagination. Yeah, I got lots of plans coming up. And eventually, they're going to put this game into my hands, Exodus. And that will be a game I play on day one. So if we're doing something at the time, that something is taking a back seat. And I might actually do that game live, if I'm going to be honest. Because I've been heavily anticipating this game. I have wishlisted it. Finally, you can wishlist Exodus. And you can enjoy it with me. And I might even do something a little bit crazy. I might, while playing Exodus, and at the end of each live stream, read a chapter of the Exodus books. There's a second one coming out. I have not read this book yet, but I wanted it. So yeah, I'm very excited about that, and I might also do the live stream of Mass Effect 5 when that comes out, if that comes out. So those will be 2 more blind playthroughs that'll be live. Now I know sometimes these games are not up for everyone, so if they don't want to be spoiled, that they're not going to be here. So, and I understand that, because I wouldn't want to do that either. But for those of you who do not care, I welcome you to join me for that. Now we don't know when they're coming out, but they will come out. Andromeda. Say hi to everyone. Are you able to be seen right now? You're laying the other way. There you go. There you go. Say hi to the audience. Well, fine. Just move your eyes. Just move your eyes. That's cool. Andromeda, you gotta stop being afraid of the brush. Now, it's not the metal brush that she's afraid of. I used to have one of those. It's even this damn glove I have over here. The glove. This isn't metal. Getting hair all over me. It's not metal. Say, look, I'm just holding it. And she's like, nope, I want no part of that. No, thank you, sir. Let me back outside. So when she sheds, I actually have to like pick hair out from her fur. Whenever I can. I was only bothering her by holding the glove, Opie Joe. Now she's just staring at me, and she's out there. She's like, no, I'm out here, and you can't touch me with that glove. Ha. But Andromeda, you're shedding. You shed like 10 cats. That's a lot of shedding. No, I can't even get to her with one glove, Zero. As I said, I just picked the glove up to show you guys, and she already freaked out and wanted to be away from me. I feel like it has to do with like the hair tugging, but I mean, if I just pick at her, yeah, then it'll be gone by the actual winter. Then I'll have to do that again in like March. But yeah, she's just a lot of hair. They don't tell you about that when you get a husky. Oh, you think that she's going to let me put the vacuum to her? The only vacuum I have is the shop vac. And the only reason I had the shop vac is because of all of her hair. Because I've already jammed my other vacuum cleaner. Like, pretty quickly. Her hair is very thick. Andromeda, we're talking about you. And you're like, I'm going to be out here now. I wasn't going to brush you. You know, sometimes she'll actually like eat her tufts of hair that I've pulled out, and I'm like, that's not how it grows back. Like, you were shedding this. This is your summer coat that you're shedding, and we're getting your winter coat in. You can't have both. It's not allowed. But anyway. Anyway, this has been a fun time here. I just wanted to update you guys. It's just been an interesting time, you know. It's like, yeah, we were doing that, but man, was I getting really tired doing work and then also doing the live stream like 2 hours after I got off work. I had the wires brush. I have this other one with like really thick metal, right, to just like go through the hair. I have that thing. But nothing's really better than just kind of like, you know, rubbing her like the wrong way or rubbing around and then like pulling the hair out itself. And she actually doesn't run away from that. You know, I might see if, when my parents are here, if my mom has the glove, if she'd be willing to actually be brushed, or if not, then, you know, because my mom's been able to get her to sit still long enough to like pretty much get her entire hindside taken care of, because Andromeda does miss her a lot, so she'll just sit there and be picked at for a while. She can be restless sometimes. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that works. She does shed everywhere, though. But yeah. Shop vac in an apartment complex. People don't really like it when I turn the vacuum on, but what are you going to do? It's pretty much only for that. But, yeah. So I just wanted to hang out today. Again, didn't think that my Twitch and Kick was also going to be able to go. The Dangerous Guy? What's going on? Interesting name, the Impregnator. Let's give me a follow. I don't know if I want to say this. Yes, that's a name. Okay, to be fair, he's... Yeah, I've heard worse. But I mean, like, his name is not the Dangerous Guy, the Impregnator. He just wrote the Dangerous Guy. And his name's the Impregnator. That'd be one hell of a long name if that was the case. What's going on, Impregnator? Give me a follow so you know when the next time that I'm on. But yeah, I just wanted to hang out today. I'm not sure if I'll be live tomorrow. If I am, I am. If not, then I'm not. But I definitely will be on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, as always. Probably just a couple more of the Spooktober live streams. I do want to escape that prison that we were in last time. So I'm thinking that we'll do that next time in The Escapist 2, because we're so close to escaping that prison. Just really screwed up there at the end. I don't know if I should plug in the GameCube and do the next part of... Are you getting surgery tomorrow, Alex? Well, good luck with that. Good luck, sir. hopefully everything runs smoothly for you. But yeah, and then I don't know if I should do the second part of Luigi's Mansion. You know, because I've done the first part twice. Once live, once over there. It's in the First Impressions playlist. But yeah, I mean, I know what to do now. But that requires me to set up the GameCube again. Because yes, I play my stuff from the original hardware. No, we will never be playing The Simpsons Bart's Nightmare ever again. Fuck that game. But yeah, oh yeah, I forgot when talking about those blind playthroughs, we will be doing older blind playthroughs, like when we start doing Otogi and Otogi 2. Old From Software games from the original Xbox. Now, they may not look as good as the games that I've been currently playing, like they may be a little, you know, not very crisp to look at, but you'll still get the same experience as if you were to play it yourself. But I just doubt that anyone here is going to be playing those two games. I mean, they're very hard to find now, and when you do find them, they're expensive. So we're going to play those two. And then there's another RPG, because this is, for the most part, an RPG channel. Another RPG that I wanted to play back then, but wasn't made of money. So I was able to pick it up now, and it's called Advent Children, right? No, Advent Rising. Advent Children. That's like a movie or something, right? But no, Advent Rising. Sci-fi game. You know, there was the London Philharmonic Symphony Orchestra, right? Yeah, there it is, the Final Fantasy VII movie. Advent Children. You know, I watched it. And now when I played the remake and Rebirth, those games look like that movie. Isn't that crazy? Because it's been so long. The graphics have caught up. I wonder what it would look like if Final Fantasy did another movie now. I think because you had to play all the other Final Fantasy type games, and that's why it didn't really make any sense. I haven't played them. A 10-2 remake? What about a 10 remake? Also, God, and I just keep going off on tangents. Final Fantasy, I have the games I haven't played. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, I guess 10-2. I think 11 was online, so we're going to have to skip that one. 12, not sure about 13. 14 is online, and 16 is the other one that I need to do. The rest of them I played, and I actually need to do a full playthrough of the World of Final Fantasy. That's the kind of Pokemon style game. Surprised that Nintendo's not, sending their lawyers over to Square Enix and being like, hey, this is too much like Pokemon. Knock it off. But yeah, I am planning to play all of those games that I missed, because I only played 7, 8, and 15. 8's my favorite. Tactics. I played originally, now this is a long time ago, obviously, on the PS1. I did play Tactics. And I saw that the Tactics is available now as remastered and fully voice act. I would really like to play that game. PSP game. Now, I didn't have a PSP, but they've probably ported it over to other systems at this point. Which title was that? Are we talking about the Final Fantasy VII one? Where you play as Zack? There was another game that was coming out that was kind of like Pal World-like, right? Like very cutesy and all that. If it starts to take off, that's the game that they're going to go after. So the problem is that the game has to be really popular. And that's why they did it to Pal World. Sorry, Zero asked, they'll attack Hoyo next. They have a Pokemon-like game coming out soon, too. I think that's the one I was talking about, too. And I think that instead of attacking these companies for making a Pokemon game that the Pokemon fans actually want, you know, the ones who grew up with Pokemon, that we want them to innovate with, that they should just innovate. You know? Take what Pal World has done and improve upon it. But people want to, you know, point the blame at Game Freak, and I don't think it's Game Freak's problem with how Pokemon's been turning out. They may be making the games, yes, but ultimately the Pokemon company gets to have the final say in what happens to the Pokemon game. Crisis Core, there it is, yeah. I have it wishlisted, so I still need to actually get it. But again, not made of money, we'll do that eventually, because that is another part of the Final Fantasy VII story. Where we get to play as Zack, who we had no idea who he was in the remake and all that. Let's see, Pokemon went downhill after Gen 5. They went from dark adult topics to France and genocide. Well, I don't know if you knew this, but I know that back in World War II, France was going to be facing a genocide. But we stopped them. The U.S. stopped them. With our allies, of course. One of them being France. But yeah, I understand. Because I was playing... Like the last Pokemon game that I played was Sword and Shield. And I had my own problems with that game. I mean, I have my own problems with Pokemon games in general. And again, I was playing a Pokemon game here on the channel. That was Shining Pearl. The Legends Arceus? Is that the one? But yeah, I have a problem with Pokemon because whenever I play it, people fucking steal from me. They either steal the game itself, they steal Pokemon from me. They're little assholes. But, I mean, I'm all alone. No one is around me, so no one can steal these games from me. I was so pissed. I thought it was all over. I thought it was the one friend. But Pokemon fans are crazy. Red or blue? You know, honestly, I want to say silver and gold were really peak because then they added in the Kanto region after you got done with the Elite Four. So then you had 8 more gyms to go through and another Elite Four. That was really crazy. But hey. We don't need to go crazy and say that they were peak because we also had, I want to say, well, at least to me, because it had been a while after Ruby and Sapphire that I got Omega Ruby No, I had Alpha Sapphire after a very long time of being away from Pokemon. That I thought that game was really good. So it was a nice kind of too much water, I agree. But when it came to Alpha Sapphire, you could say that they had actually the biggest Pokedex. Because that was after Black and White 2, that was after X and Y when that came out. So then they had everyone in that game. You could get all the legendaries in your game. You had to do certain things to go get them. That was a crazy big game. So I really liked that one for that purpose. Well, yeah, there was a lot of water, and a lot of those legendaries were hanging out by the water, but they fell hard because I've learned this recently when it came to Pokemon's budget. The budget's really small for these games. I think this last one was like 9 million. Like, that's it. So they have to make a game with $9 million, and that's not enough to innovate. And all they make is billions of dollars in profit. It's not Nintendo's decision, I think. They just have the hardware that they're putting it on. They're who the Pokemon company decided to team up with. The Pokemon company runs Pokemon. That's what's happening. And they're running it for little kids. That's all they care about. I could imagine an MMO Pokemon game where you play with where a bunch of people are doing that and you battle and all that. And then there's also big ass missions, like each of the games has these big ass missions. Right? The stories. Right? So like World of Warcraft, but Pokemon. And you have expansions and you deal with certain threats and all that, like Deoxys and shit. That would be really cool. But what do I know about cool Pokemon games? Yeah. Now, I don't really know about Black and White because they haven't really made that available. But then again, at this point, I don't really care. Yeah. I didn't get that game when I had my 3DS. I don't know why. But, yeah. That's the one I missed out on. Black and White 2. But isn't that the one that had Cyrus in it? Or one of those had Cyrus in it? I don't know. Cyrus is a cool card. You think that you're pulling your Pokemon back to the bench to put someone else out there because you don't want it to die. No, bring it back out here. Yeah, you're dead. Boom. Well, I don't even have my 3DS anymore. Out of all the things that I didn't hoard and keep, my 3DS and my Wii U and my Wii, I didn't keep. For whatever reason. Everything else, Genesis, 64, GameCube, which I love my GameCube. It's like my brother broke my PS1, he broke my PS2, so I had to buy a new PS2. He broke it playing SOCOM. I have my PS3, my PS4, my PS5. I have a Super Nintendo because I didn't own one back in the day, so I got it at a shop. Oh man, the movie event Victinis, but didn't you redeem those? I don't know. But I know that Pokemon does, when selling back Pokemon games, that they are selling them to like a store that sells retro games, that they'll give you good money for that. If you tried to sell it to GameStop, they'll give you a quarter. Nice. Yeah, and I may eventually, speaking of games, and I feel like all those games that I put in that, and that which of these games do you want to have a comeback here on the channel? And I did delete the videos for, I think it was only one, but I think I had 2 videos for Nier Automata that I deleted because of the copyright claims, right? But now I know what copyright claims mean. They're not strikes. It's just saying that the music is in there, right? And it's not like I make any money off of this, so it'd be fine to have Nier Automata back up there. Pokemon, for whatever reason, I stopped playing that. I can't really remember why, but it's not like I was having a bad time. Just that other things were taking off. And what else was in there? Well, I said Cyberpunk. I also said Baldur's Gate 3. No, I'm not going to be playing Baldur's Gate 3 with my friend again, but I would be interested in playing through that game. Well, if you get Elden Ring during Christmas, then that would be awesome. Because I will be starting that new game for that run I'm going to do. So we're not starting with the old Gout the Pained. We'll be doing a fresh save. So it's going to be a little bit more challenging. You simp for Gideon all you want. I will not question it. But alright, and when you say Hollow Knight, are you talking about Silk Song? Because again, I want to get to Hollow Knight as well, eventually. So much on my plate. There is another game, and I totally forgot that this was on the list because it's, for whatever reason it escapes me, it is the background to my PS5 on the regular part of the dashboard. It is Stellar Blade. Like, I haven't played Hollow Knight, so I don't know anything about it. Booba Souls game. Let's be clear. Also, I heard very, very good things about it. So, it's not just about the boobs and the butts, but the gameplay. So, it's going to be all fun. Yes, indeed. Cute outfits and murder. And I might have that as my first video title. Cute outfits and murder. Stellar Blade blind playthrough. Part 1. I don't know. Something like that. Anyway, humans. Oh my god. Been talking for so long. I think I said what I've needed to say. We've had some discussions. It's been nice to have all of you here. It's been great. You now know what the future holds. November 7th, N7 Day. The festivities for November 7th, I hope that are going to be really good. They should be actually giving us some more little tidbits about Mass Effect 5 on that day instead of giving Dragon Age its time. Fucking assholes. They gave us N7 armor without the N7 in the game. Where in Mass Effect games we have the Blood Dragon armor. Like, come on. And hopefully you do make it. It's going to be a great day. You have all day to join. But anyway, humans, thank you so much for joining me today. This is kind of like a 300 subscriber live stream AMA, even though the 300 we hit a while ago. But yeah, also the channel update to show you what we have moving forward. There are some exciting playthroughs coming up and the return of the blind playthroughs and such. So it's kind of what I wanted to do today. I didn't really feel like playing any games, to be honest. I'm also going to be going out with a friend to have a drink tonight, so that's what we're doing. All right. Thank you so much for joining me today. Check out the link in the description down below. We have the Discord channel. We have the Mass Effect channel, which I will hopefully be working on soon with one of the videos I've wanted to work on, where I rank all the bars, clubs, nightclubs, dive bars in the Mass Effect universe and put them all in a video for you. It's really, really kind of fun. Actually, I really like that one a lot because no one's ever ranked those. So I'm going to start out with that. And then we're going to be doing talks about guns and ranking guns and such. And that's like 86 episodes. So I kind of want to get into that because hopefully Mass Effect 5 does see the light of day. But yeah, check out that. Then we have the Kick and Twist channel down there, the Discord channel, if you want to join in and hang out with all the followers and subscribers, the community. We're all over there. And of course, I'll see you Starside. Take care, humans, take care. Don't know if I'll be online tomorrow, but I will be online this weekend, so please join me for more Spooktober live streams. Take care.